Welcome to another episode of Cooking with AI. As always, I'm your host, until I'm not, and then I guess I'm not, right? So today what we're working on is some good old classic chicken noodle soup, except this time I'm making the noodles myself from scratch. So I'm going to try that out this time, see how it comes out. First things first, yesterday I cooked pizza. I had the flour in this. I didn't get washed yet, so I'm just going to wash it myself real quick. This is the best way to measure a large quantity of water. I actually need 8. That's what this holds, 2 quarts, 8 cups. I need 8 cups of chicken broth. First thing we're going to do is put the chicken in, put in the broth, just let that simmer for an hour. I'll come back. Once that's done, remove the chicken, strain off any of the, if there's fat chunks or anything like that left. I can take those off, but I'll leave the broth in place. And then we'll go add our carrots, or celery, or onions. And I'll go ahead and chop that up while we're kind of waiting so everything's ready to go. Off the get-go. So like I said, I got some chicken out. I'm just gonna add those. I'll shred it when it's done. I need to add the chicken, the water to a pot, bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, I'll reduce it to a simmer, do around 60 minutes. After that, I'll remove the chicken and let it cool and shred it. Then we'll add the onions, garlics, carrots, and celery. We'll let it cook 5 to 7 minutes. And then we'll add all the veggies to the broth. And then we'll add salt and pepper, sage, let it simmer. And we'll go from there. So we have celery, carrots, onions, garlic, and then the dough. Let me get out my chicken noodle. Chicken noodle. So this right here is 3/4 tablespoon per cup. Or teaspoons, I mean. So that'll be 6 teaspoons per, where did my seasonings, where did my things go? Oh, here they are. You know, things get moved around, you gotta find everything again. So I need to add 6 teaspoons. That's probably gonna be about all of it. It's almost done. Oops. If not, I'll just spill quite a bit of it. Alright. So here's my teaspoon flour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ended up being 6.5, so I left out. Needed 6. A little more ain't gonna hurt it. Take care of that big chicken broth there. Just gonna do 8 cups. Like I said, the first part's pretty easy. We just get the chicken boiling. We'll take out and shred it once that's done. And that'll go pretty quick and easy at that point. Probably the longest part of our whole ordeal is just getting this broth going. You can do it with plain water, but the chicken broth gives it a richer flavor according to AI. Okay, so I got big old thing of chicken here. That is a couple pounds of chicken. I may end up doing 2 more cups. Last couple times I've done this, I've done about 2 pounds of chicken. And by the time it all boils down and cooks and all that good stuff, I end up with it being a little bit meatier and less soupier. Kind of dries it out. So to avoid that, I think we'll add 2 more cups of chicken broth here. You see if I have another chicken broth one. All right, here we go. So this one here is 2 level teaspoons per cup. Okay.
Shut up, rat.
One. A little over 1. All right. It's funny how some of these are concentrated more than others. Like I said, the reason for that is last couple times I've made chicken noodle soup, I did 8 cups. First time I did around 6, and it came out dry. Second time I did 8, and it still didn't have enough water. So like I said, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and chop all this up. I will have, coming up here in a minute. I'll have to start making the dough. I'll wait till this first round of chicken's done. This first batch of chicken will take an hour. Once it starts boiling, I'll reduce it to a simmer. I have an hour. I'll come in after that when I take it off. I'll have everything here cut up so I can add it to the broth, set a timer for 20 minutes. That 20 minutes will give me enough time to make my own homemade noodles, only a couple cups of flour, a few other things, some eggs. And then once I get all the batter mixed up good, we'll roll them out kind of thin, about 1/8 of an inch, and just leave them in, however long I'm gonna get a little ball out, roll it until it gets out. I'll make different lengths and let it set for about 10 minutes. And then by the time the last of the broth's done, I can add everything to it. And I'll get everything timed right. Like I said, make my own noodles. As normal, at the end, I'll probably add a good 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Tends to be my norm. So most of these here, I'm just going to kind of cut them in half pretty much, just so cook a little easier. And we'll cut up the onion and let it set while we get all this a boiling. Should be pretty easy to do. Alright, for the most part, that'll be fine there. That'll be good chunks. Let me get this onion. throw all this away real quick. Alright, that'll work good. Alright, next thing up is some celery. I think I already fed the rabbits today. Alright, so got everything cut up. You see it's quick and easy. Don't take long to do any of that. This is almost to the boiling point, and then we'll set our timer. And like I said, we'll wait till all this gets done. It only takes me a minute to get out the flour and stuff. I ain't gonna worry about getting it out till I'm ready. This will get all this good stuff rolling. Runaway carrot. The big thing when I reduce this to a simmer, you gotta watch it. It ain't quite the 2, like I said, my dog goes pretty much from low, I guess you'd call 0 to 10, which is high. And it's in increments of 2, 4, 6, and 8, of course. So sometimes it's 2, 2-ish, sometimes I go to a 1 on the dial first, just to keep it from boiling so much, and I kind of have to adjust it as I go. So it's a pretty quick and easy meal. You know, if I had the egg noodles, all I'd have to do is let it cook, you know, take out the chicken, add the vegetables, add the egg noodles with the chicken back at the end. But I think it'll be interesting to make my own egg noodles this time, or some kind of noodles. I ain't gonna call them egg noodles. I'll make them a little twist when I add them in. Whether or not they stay that way, I don't know. But we will find out for sure. The main thing is just a waiting game. It's almost to the boiling point. Like I said, I'll just set a timer for an hour. I'll come in here and check about every 10-15 minutes, make sure it's not boiling over or, you know, boiling too much, but I will dry the chicken out. You see, I had to grab out my big stock pot. Other times it's not been working out too well with the little stuff. It's got a good boil going. I'm gonna put it down for now about a 1-ish on my scale. So we just want it to simmer. We don't want it to sit here and boil the whole time, or we'll dry the chicken out. So I like to go slow Let me go ahead and let me turn on my one eye, because it got the small eye and the big eye. Just put on the small eye on one. Let's see if that helps calm it down some. Alright, so I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna keep eye on it. I'm gonna come back about every 10-15 minutes. We'll check it. Once that's done, I'll pull that chicken out. We'll add the vegetables to it. Maybe, skim the top, strain it a little bit, get some of that extra fat stuff that's boiled off of it. Just see how it looks when I get done, or when it gets done cooking there. And once we add the vegetables, we'll come over here and we'll do the our homemade noodles. Try that out, see how it works. Just been kind of a rainy off again, on again day. Tomorrow's supposed to rain all day on it, so good food to have on the rainy days, or have on the rainy days. Just alright, so far it's looking fairly decent. It's not boiling, it's just simmering. So we'll keep checking on that about every 10-15 minutes, and we'll be back here in a little bit. Stay tuned, we'll be back. For me, it'll be an hour. For you, it'll be a lot quicker. Alright, welcome back. Here we are sitting on an hour. Actually, it's 2 minutes shy of an hour, but be good enough for who it's for, right? I got the chicken out. I went ahead and added my butter to the pot, as it said. So now we'll add the celery, the onions, carrots. Let's see what else it wants me to do. The garlic as well. I got my butter already in there. A little bit of black pepper and a little bit of sage is all that's going to be left. And the black pepper. A little bit of sage. And then, like I said, it's just adding all the vegetables here. And this right here is what AI calls building her base, apparently. I do need to add 3 cloves of garlic real quick. I'm gonna get my teaspoon out. Hey Tammy, we add garlic to the list. My minced garlic is almost gone. Once this roughly, we'll bring it back up to a boil. Once it boils, we're going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. It's going to help build our base. Salt. You see, nothing fancy on cutting the chicken up, getting it kind of shredded. So when it goes back in the pot, do chunks. Chunky chicken. So whether your onions or celery or carrots, we're gonna let this cook for about 20 minutes. And then at that time would be time to add in our dough and everything. My dough requires me to get it all get everything ready pretty much. And this can be a matter of letting it sit for about 10 minutes once I roll it out. So that'll give this time to cook by the time it's set out and ready. And once it sets to 10 minutes, I can bring the chicken in, mix it together, bring in my noodles, mix it all together, let it cook. Then it's only about 10 minutes to go, and that's pretty much it. And at the end, we'll just add a little bit of heavy cream to it. We'll see how well it thickens up. So far, it's looking pretty good. The chickens are really going to fill it out good. We'll let that go for a minute. I will have to adjust it down here in a minute. But for now, let us move over some, right? I'll move down here a little bit so you can see me a little better. Alright, we're going to add spray. I'm going to mix the flour and the salt. I'm going to add the eggs, mix it into all the dough. So I need 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs. 1 cup. 2 cups. I do need half a teaspoon of salt. Do have my half a teaspoon. It's half a tablespoon. Wow. I've been a salty thing here. We've done that. Add my salt. Mix this together. We'll keep this out. Might have to put a little flour on the surface here. And once I mix in the eggs good, it says I may need anywhere from 2 to 4 just tablespoons of water until it forms up nicely as actual dough. So for now, let's get this mixed in. The eggs and the flour. Probably could have got a little bit bigger bowl, but they're all dirty. So I'm using what I got here. Mix the eggs in. It says only add about a tablespoon of water at a time, just until dough forms. So here's my tablespoon measuring cup. Add 2 to start with. That's how that works. I think it's time to get our hands dirty here. I think is what we need. I'm up to about 4 tablespoons currently. And it's getting there. It's almost. This next 2 may very well do it. Almost there. Now it says keep kneading it until it's smooth. And once I do that, once I knead it until it's smooth, I gotta let it rest for about 10 minutes, which is on a pretty good pace. I still got almost 12 minutes on my veggies cooking over there. Alright, we'll let that set for 10 minutes. Then we'll roll it out, cut it, we'll let that set for 10 minutes. And then we'll add everything, bring it all back into the broth good. Let's see. Add shredded chicken, bring soup to a gentle boil, drop in noodles, cook 8 to 10 minutes. So we'll go back over here. Like a soft, almost a gentle boil going on. So just give it a little stir, keep everything going good. I guess you don't look at all that. Get down to that eighth of an inch it wanted. We're gonna cut strips, and it wants us to let that set for about 5 to 10 minutes as well. They say I got some strips cut. That's all I'm gonna do here. They said the thicker is more a classic look, or classic chicken noodle. So that's what I'm doing. I may cut this in half one time. When I go throw them in, I can separate them all out. Drop them in one at a time. Come out to pretty good, I do believe. Very good. Add shredded chicken, bring it back to a gentle. I need to get it boiling, just a gentle boil, not just hardcore, not a rolling one. So once we start seeing a few bubbles come in, I can start dropping these noodles into it, and then I'll let it cook it around 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes until everything's tender. The noodles cook through. Then at the end I'll add my about half a cup of heavy cream. I'll splash it in there, mix it in. I did the thicker noodles, which makes better texture, it says. That should be it. We're almost there. Probably by the time I bring this water back up to a boil, bring the water back up to a boil, we'll be ready to start dropping noodles in. So now I'm starting to get the bubbles coming in, so I'm gonna call that a gentle boil. A little twist. Let's see if they stay in egg shape when I do that. Some of these thicker ones won't, of course, but so once we maintain this boil, for the 8 or 10 minutes, I get all these in. so everything's cooked through properly. So then at the end, to make it a little thicker, a little richer, I'm gonna do the heavy cream. Alright, so we're well on our way here. We're just finishing up with all the little stuff. Should be pretty easy to finish up now. So we did our whole homemade noodles. We'll see how that comes out. Looks good so far. And then the vegetables and the chicken together tasted really good. So we're gonna see how the noodles, which is nothing but flour and egg, so I'd say it's gonna come out just fine. But we'll let that be up to our taste tester, of course. So still got a good gentle boil going here. Give everything a few minutes to cook up. Still got about 8 minutes. Said 8 to 10. Been there 2 minutes. I'll test it here at 10, or unless it starts, just really start noticing it changing or something. I'm not testing for that. Let's give that a minute. I'll be right back. Just a waiting game. Let's get a little bit closer. Should be able to see my pot of boiling now, I think. Maybe. It's all coming together real nice. Still got another 6 minutes or so before it's done. The noodles, I probably should have said it's just by hand. Probably should have done more of a little bit thinner, rolled it out a little bit better or something. Maybe put in 2 or 3 different balls and do it. It's almost like a chicken dumpling noodle, which is fine. I mean, I got 2.5 pounds of chicken in here. I got plenty of noodles to go with it. Plenty of celery, onions, carrots. Like I said, at the end, I'm gonna add a touch of heavy cream. Just give it a little flavor. So far, it's cooking up very nice. Let that keep it going there and see what we got. Another 5 minutes, I'll be right back. Man, these are thicker. I'm probably going to go closer. It's been 8 minutes. I'm going to cook these for about 12 minutes. It's almost done. Tastes very good. It's got all the seasoning caught up in these. It's almost like a dumpling at this point. Less of a chicken noodle, but fine line between the difference between chicken and dumplings and chicken noodle soup, I guess. Actually coming out very good. I'm glad I added that extra 2 cups of broth, because if not at this point, it would have been a stew. Wouldn't have been a soup at all. With no juices in it. The extra 2 cups came out very well. I'll let that cook up about another 3-4 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna take it to my taste tester, see what she thinks. Oops. Gotta have the dough though. Alright, so I got the approval. Like everything's good. Yeah, normally recommends about 1/2 cup. That's it. Here we go. We made our own noodles, chicken, carrots, celery, onions, homemade chicken noodle soup. Made everything, put it in there ourselves, cooked everything up, Came out pretty good. I mean, other than watching the pot boil for a while, wasn't a whole lot involved as far as time frame involvement. Put the chicken in there with the chicken broth, and, let it set an hour. It took me not even 5 minutes to cut up vegetables. That was another 20 minutes. Took me about 15 minutes to roll out dough. Then you had to let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes twice, and just bring it all together, and a little bit of stirring here and there, make sure it didn't boil too heavy. And that's it. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.